Thank you. All right. Up next, we have Resogun with Asuka424. Take it away. Tell us about this run.
Howdy. So this is a chill, fly shooty game made in 2013. Yeah, I can pretty much fly and talk at the same time if you want to get everything all started and set to go. I assume we are doing rookie difficulty? Up to 4? I think.
Yeah.
Alright. Awesome sauce.
Yeah, the upgrade to experience incentive was not met.
No worries. We can do a nice chill run. Remember to hydrate. And yeah, I'm good to go. I'm gonna get my little timer ready. Yeah, whenever you want a 3, 2, 1 go, I can give that countdown.
Go ahead.
All right, sweet. So 3, 2, 1, start. Had to get my little phone all going too, just so I can get that time done. All right, so Resogun is a 2013 horizontally scrolling cylindrical shoot 'em up, or shmup as we call them. It's made by Housemarque, who's made a whole bunch of other really cool arcade and shmup style games like Nex Machina, another game that I'm slowly learning how to run. Super Stardust, kind of like their OG game. Let's see here, Alienation. And then, if anybody was paying attention to the PlayStation 5 reveal, they have a game coming out called Returnal. So, with shoot 'em ups or shmups, this is kind of like your stereotypical one. You fly, you shoot things, and then you try not to die. You pretty much do that by keeping your core voxel safe and sound. Now, Resogun uses voxels, which is honestly a really fancy way of saying a 3D pixel. And if you look at the center of my ship, there's a very small, faint circle, and I had to fight the urge to like not point at my screen just now, because that would make sense for me, not so much for you. But there is a little tiny circle in the middle of my ship called the core voxel. I can't let anything touch that core voxel. If I do, I blow up in a blaze of glory, and I become very sad. And then I lose a life. My lives, words of heart on Saturday morning, that's on the upper left-hand corner, so that's ship in the number 2, that's my number of lives. That glass-looking thing right next to it is a bomb, which I will talk about in a little bit. So, with Resogun, there's a lot of different ways you can, well, go fast and shoot things. The most standard one is your main weapon. Now, there's 3 weapons to choose from in Resogun. There's the Ferox and the Nemesis guns, which we really don't care about in this speedrun, because they're not very good. But what we use, at least most of the top 10 uses, is the Phobos shotgun. Now, you might say to yourself, this looks like a single thing shotgun. There's only one blast coming out. Well, if I hit this, you'll notice I suddenly get a little bit of a burst fire. The Phobos gun is effectively a shotgun sniper rifle hybrid. So it combines the really nice long range with the fantastic short range abilities of the other 2 guns. Let me get that. So that's kind of the main one. You can pick up power-ups throughout the entire game, and over time I'll get more burst fire, and things will get crazy to the point where everything just blows up in front of me immediately, and it's really fun. Outside of the basic gun, you have a boost, and actually I'll talk about the overdrive because I'm about to use it. An overdrive is this. It's a giant laser face that shoots and destroys anything in front of me. It starts off really weak, but as I progress and get overdrive upgrades, it's going to get super strong. Now, as I kind of started mentioning earlier, there's something called a boost burst. Well, it's a boost, and then becomes a boost burst. What that means is the boost, it's the fastest way I can get from point A to point B. But at the end of the boost, you'll see here, it creates the boost burst, which is a really nice explosion and does a lot of damage. I actually use that in a couple of the boss fights because that is surprisingly strong. Now, the last ability I have is, again, the bomb. And as I mentioned earlier, that explosion-looking thing in the upper left corner, that's my bomb tally. That is the strongest weapon in the game, bar none. It clears the entire map, which is really good in some hairy areas. But the problem is, the game knows it's really strong, so it's like, you only get a certain amount. You start with 2, and then every single planet, you can get 1 more. So, the crazy thing with the bombs, though, is you can lose in games so much time if you use a bomb incorrectly. Because there's certain things that I will be saving bombs for, and certain, just like the overdrive and everything, it's all kind of routed into the pathing. And I'll be honest, it's been my rookie knowledge is a little weak right now because I've kind of been playing on the harder difficulties. But the first bomb I actually use coming up. I have to wait for some, I think, 2 more enemy waves to spawn, and by 2 I now mean 1. Then I'm going to use the bomb and get to the first boss. Now, what I love about rookie difficulty is it takes longer for me to explain the boss kills than it does to actually kill a boss on rookie. So this one's all about shooting panels. There's going to be 3 panels. I'm going to use a little feature I didn't mention about the boosting, which is iframes, to kill a 3rd panel really quickly and then shoot corner voxel. But the funny thing is, I've pretty much, like, there's not a heck of a lot else other than shooting panels, going through iframe, related things, squeezing in areas I really shouldn't be able to get into, and then just shooting a boss and killing it. Like that. So, rookie is fun in that the boss kills are, like, that fast. So, that is the first of 5 planets, and I have a smudge on my glasses. Shout out to all my fellow glasses users. Oops, forgot to hit X right there. Excuse me. So, now that that's done, and I have smudge-free glasses, thank goodness, let's talk about how I get stronger in this game. Humans. We try to save them. And I'll talk about what any percent relates to humans later on. But throughout the game, you will hear somebody saying, "Keepers detected," like then. When that happens, there's going to be some green glowy dudes that magically appear as enemies. Point of order, like those guys that just disappeared and will say human lost, like that. You want to kill the green glowy dudes. So, right here, for an example, we'll kill these green glowy dudes. A little noise sounds, and that says, hey, there's a human that you can save now. Kind of like these humans in boxes. Also, if you look at my character right now, there's a green arrow pointing to the left. That's telling me where there's a human I can save. And it usually points to the closest human, like that one. So I pick up the human, like that, and to save it, I have to drop it off at a drop-off point, which are those green, like, floating things at the top of the screen. So when I do that, like so, I'll get a power-up of some kind. Every single human has a specific power-up. Like that one's points, which is good for high score and doesn't mean anything for speedrunning. There's also extra bombs, overdrive upgrades, shields, which are really nice, like that's the overdrive upgrade, and extra lives. So there's specific humans I am looking for, and I almost didn't get boost right there. But like the bomb ones are the most important ones, because again, I only have a certain number of bombs, and if I don't use the bomb at the right time, I can lose so much time on the meter. Now, that being said, it's not a guarantee that the humans will survive, unfortunately. If you look at the little human-shaped icons, again, in the upper left, you'll see that the second one is in fact red. So that one's kind of dead. And by kind of dead, I mean very dead, because I didn't save it. Now, there's a couple ways humans can die, unfortunately, in this game. If you don't kill all the green glowy dudes, and some of them escape, the human doesn't survive, and I can't save it. If I'm carrying a human... Ooh, that's gonna be a little sketchy. There we go. If I'm carrying a human and I die while I'm carrying the human dies. There are some areas of the map where there's no floor. Like, let me kill these little enemies right here and I will show you. Like right here, if a human falls into that, they die. Also, let me do a quick swag thing, because you'll notice those keepers, you might be thinking, hey, Asuka, you said they have to be green. Why were those red? Well, that is a special kind of keeper, like a sequence keeper. Yes, you have to kill the green glowy dudes, but you have to kill those specific ones in a certain order. Oh, I did not like that one. That one was actually a secret human. That's why I was kind of hovering over here. It relied on a multiplier. And since I didn't have the ×5 multiplier, because I was not paying attention, unfortunately that human was Riverino. But that's okay, because that's not the bomb one. The sequence keepers, if you end up killing them out of order, so if you kill one of the red ones first, that means that human dies. And that's really important in the next level, because there's the only bomb keeper, or bomb set of keepers that is sequence based. So it's right at the beginning of stage 3. I'm not too worried about it, but things can always go wrong, so I'll probably go to serious time right there. But now that I've talked my way through stage 2, we're actually already on the boss. Now, what's funny about this particular boss, Storm Ruler, is that in experience difficulty and up, there is a whole second phase. But since we're on rookie, we don't have to worry about it. That being said, hitboxes. Totally not necessary.
Shield lost.
Okay, just break through the shield to go back on the appropriate cycle. There we go. So this one's all about shooting panels again, since I don't have to do that second phase. And there's only 4 panels, so it goes really quickly. Kind of like that. We'll say Armageddon, and the second boss is dead, and the second phase, or second stage is done. Stage, planet, however you want to call it. Do quick hydration.
We have time for a donation in here?
Yes, because this is when I have to do a little bit of focus time, so go for it.
Alright, we have $5 from a shiny black phoenix that says, don't really have anything to say today other than good luck on Demon Cube.
Thanks, Phoenix. I don't have to say go to bed this time, because it's not too late for you.
Amazing. And just thank you so much who has been supporting St. Jude's Research Hospital with all of our donations this marathon.
So yeah, at the end of this stage is that sequence keeper, so I'm gonna be doing a bit of focus here just so I don't screw up that bomb, because that would make me sad.
And yet, we've now raised over $1,300 for St. Jude's Research Hospital, which is truly wonderful to see.
Nice. GG's. Ooh, that's close. Alright, so those 3 particular keepers, that was the sequence keeper that I was worried about. There are faster ways to do that instead of just bringing my overdrive right there, but I'd rather take the marathon safe approach of just overdriving them and ending their faces that quickly. Let's see here. So, stage 3, things get a little bit more squirrely. Not really on rookie, because things are still kind of just chill, casual flying. But the big thing about this stage is things like to spawn on the opposite side of the map, which honestly isn't that big of a deal, because if you look at the back of the screen, or like behind my ship, you can actually see, for the most part, like everything that's going on. Which is nice to kind of plan where you have to go and what you have to deal with coming up. And for the most part, this stage isn't too bad. It's not until stage 4 where things start getting holy crap crazy. But in the meantime, we can actually talk about the full category name of this, which is Asus Methodist Any Percent Rookie Difficulty, because it's a mouthful. It is what it is. So Asus Methodist is a fancy schmancy way of saying beat all 5 planets. All 5 planets, stages, levels, whatever you want to call them. Asus is the first planet, and then Methodist, shocking, is the last planet. Any percent exclusively deals with the humans. So any percent, I don't have to save every single human, which is nice because then I can route away from getting humans. And yeah, the thing about this game, the moment you stop looking at the screen, something happens. So yeah, I don't have to save all the humans, which is nice. I do end up saving a lot of them just for overdrive upgrades, shields in certain areas, and so on, but it's not required. And then rookie difficulty is self-explanatory. It's the rookie difficulty. There are 4 total, well, there's 4 and I put a little asterisk on the 4th one, or the number 4, because there's rookie, which is the most competitive, but it's also the easiest, which is this one. Then there goes experienced, veteran, and then master. Now, there we go. The cool thing is that, for the most part, you can use very similar strats for rookie, experienced, and veteran, which is nice. That being said, master completely throws all of that out of the water. Because on master difficulty, well, I should say rookie, kind of its own thing. Things spawn very slowly, they move very slowly, and they don't really enrage that quickly, which I'll talk about enraging in a little bit. But experienced, veteran, and master, things move twice as fast. They spawn a lot faster. They shoot more things at you, and it gets generally crazy. But I will hold off on talking about master for just a second, because we are actually heading towards the final boss right now. Or not the final boss, excuse me. I call him the final boss. This is Demon Cube. It is the run killer of this run because it is the epitome of RNG. Now I'm playing a very marathon safe strategy by holding onto this human until right now to get a shield. This is very RNG in that it'll shoot random shots at me, and then it'll also shoot this cube out, which loves just going anywhere and everywhere. But the nice thing about rookie is it's very easy to beat him, so I don't have to worry about it. But general gist is going with that boost burst. I would boost back and forth as soon as I get my burst and try to time it between the wave of fireballs and then Demon Cube itself. And I want to stop my boost burst at just the right spot, so where the damage from the boost hits the cube as well. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to, but you can take a nice chunk of damage off of them without too much trouble. So this, I should say, is stage 4, and because I wasn't paying attention, I almost decided to run into some gunfire, because yay Saturday mornings. Anywho, talking about Master, and kind of the next frontier that I'm going to be tackling in this game. Let me get that extra life. There we go. So, Master difficulty adds something called Revenge Bullets. So anytime you kill anything in Master difficulty, it shoots out this really slow but semi-tracking bullet. That's just not fun. Let me get that guy. So in that particular boss fight we just did, Demon Cube, every time you destroy one of those gray shield voxels, those shield voxels actually shoot out revenge bullets too. The first time I noticed that, I was like, oh my gosh. But, so that's why kind of Master says, you have all these strategies, can't use them anymore. Or you can modify them. Currently, I actually have the world record for any percent, rookie, experienced, and veteran, and then all humans, rookie and experienced still. Which is nice, because I really love this game. I have been playing it for way too long. But
What's your favorite category to play? Which one do you like the best?
honestly, I like playing any percent, but I like playing it on the much harder difficulties because it adds that, or you really see the enrage mechanic come into play. And what that is you see how everything kind of has this like purple and yellow coloration to it. Well, over time, if you take too long, I almost did a bad move right there. If you take too long, the enemies actually will start getting this like transition effect, like these voxels, or these clear voxels will start like devouring it, and then it turns from purple yellow to kind of like black gold, and that's the officially enrage moment. So what happens there is they get a lot faster, their attack patterns completely change, and they just get so much harder to beat. Now, the enrage mechanic still exists on rookie difficulty, but it takes so long for the enrage to kick in that you really don't see it. The harder the difficulty, the faster the enrage mechanic kicks in. Let me not die to those laser faces. And on veteran, it also adds where the most basic enemies, like that you pretty much saw on the first planet, they enrage, and their official enrage mechanic is they just make a massive beeline for you and are like twice as fast. It is rough to deal with, and there's a lot of, well, effectively clutch moments, like just straight up going, okay, how do I weasel my ship into an area that doesn't exist and not die in the process? Because you really then have to focus on your, like, maintaining at least a decent amount of boost, knowing how much boost you have charged, same with overdrive, and you can tell by like what boost and overdrive you do have based on, let me actually use overdrive right here. There's a circle around my ship, and you'll notice the bottom green part of it just disappeared. The bottom green half shows how much overdrive I have, and there'll be an announcement when I have overdrive saying overdrive charged. The top meter is actually my boost meter, and that constantly replenishes. The rate at which it replenishes is actually based on your ship stats, and there's 3 stats to choose from, and in Resogun you can actually make your own custom ships, because the ship size doesn't matter. It's exclusively that core voxel, so you can have as big or as tiny of a ship as you want. And am I at bomb stage? Yes. Okay. But I forgot to hit my overdrive. Oh well. So that's what happens when you die. But what I'm going to do there is end this boss really quickly so I can go back to talking. Or I can die again too, that's fine. Doomsphere is a little annoying in that I pretty much completely ignore all those shield voxels, which you're not supposed to do, and do damage to it in an area where you're not supposed to be. And I was not fast enough to get out those 2 times. But anyway, so there's 3 stats. Overdrive, boost, and agility, aka speed. If you're going for like high score, a lot of times you will put most of your points into either overdrive or boosting, usually overdrive. What I do, and what a lot of speedrunners do for their ships, is they put things into speed or agility. We can make tighter movements, things are a lot easier to deal with, and where are these ships? There we go. But at the same time, we sacrifice overdrive and a little bit of boost capabilities. So it does take longer for my boost meter to fill up than, say, a high points thing. But at the same time, their ships move slow as molasses, which is not fun. I tried using a high score ship once, and it was just terrifying. Let's see here. Anywho, we are actually on stage 5 Methodist right now. I'm trying to clear up some of that. There we go. Scratch the nose. I have a joke in my streams that it's not an official run until my nose starts itching, and my nose just started itching, so run has been validated. Cheers to that. But Methodist doesn't really throw anything too crazy at you. It still has a lot of enemies, especially in phase 2 and 3. I see the one guy I'm trying to find. I should say, for every single stage, it's made up of 3 phases. and that can be seen on the bottom of the screen, with that bar that slowly fills up over time. So phase 3 is the boss. So what's actually kind of funny is you're actually filling up the boss's like health bar over time just to take it down once you beat the boss. Because I don't know why it does that. It's just their decision. But there we go. So for this particular song, I just love pointing this out because I love this song. Housemarque, I love their audio department because they make bangers of songs, and this particular song makes me so happy. Like, it's my favorite song without question. I highly recommend checking out their music. I also really highly recommend checking out the soundtrack to Nex Machina, which I will do a quick shout out to our donation from earlier, Shiny Black Phoenix, who's actually the world record holder for Veteran, Master, and pretty much the super hard difficulties on Nex Machina. So shout out to him, and shout out to him for teaching me. Well, attempting to teach me. I'm not very good, but attempting to teach me Nex Machina.
Shields expired.
Let's see here. But I don't know if you have any quick heads up, shout outs, donations, blurbs to read, what have you, because it's pretty chill until
Sure.
the final boss.
Yeah, sounds good. Let me talk a little bit about our incentives and bid wars we have coming up. So we have a lot of naming Pokemon stuff that just opened up. So you can name the starter, you can name the Starmie, and you can also pick which version of the game you want to see. Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu run by Etiquette. So that's super exciting. If you want to change any of those names or change the version, get your donations in.
Nice. Now, what I just picked up there is actually the very last boss, or not boss. That'd be funny if I could pick up this particular boss. The very last bomb of the game. So I have 2 more bombs left, and the next one I'll be using very shortly. It's not because it's a very difficult enemy, it's just that chunk of enemies right there, it takes a while to defeat, and it's a lot faster. So right now we are just kind of working our way through the final phase to get to the final boss, Serpentines, and so let's talk about it for a while. Now, if you've ever had a Twizzlers pull and peel, or seen what they look like, congrats, you've met our boss, Serpentines. Pretty much, it has a couple standard attacks, and on rookie difficulty, you probably won't see many of them, if more than like 1. But it'll chase me for a little while, it'll try to eat me, and then it will go into the map. Now, if I can one-phase it, that's all it'll do before it goes into its final, like, phase. Let's see if I can, there we go. If I can't one-phase it, what it'll do is it'll kind of go into legit pull and peel mode, and start weaving its way through the map. And it looks pretty cool when it does that. It'll try to puncture me through the map, or go up and down first, and then it'll actually puncture me, try to puncture me through the map. And then it won't succeed. Usually by then, I have the final phase kicking in, so at about 25% of its health. At that point, I actually just ignore any other attacks it does to try to kill me. I fly to its side, I shoot its belly, and it blows up in this like shower of green awesomeness. So it's a pretty straightforward fight, and most people don't think to go to the side of the enemies. It's like, oh, I just have to shoot its head where the danger zone is. I'm good. You can just completely ignore all those, because what you're aiming for are not the kind of like dark cloudy voxels that it has. It's actually more of the lighter ones that are kind of on the same plane as you, as you'll actually see pretty shortly, because where is that pull and peel? There it is. Meet Serpentinus. So just like that, I've already taken it to the next phase, because rookie difficulty doesn't take much damage. Let's move it here a little bit. Can I one-phase it? No, I don't one-phase it. Ripperino. That's alright. He's dead now. But time will actually be very shortly. Time. Yeah.
Well done. That was awesome.
It. So yeah, that is Resogun, Asus Mephitis, any percent rookie difficulty. Yeah, shout outs to SpeedDocsAthon for having me, Mass Marathon for hosting this on Twitch. Obligatory Easter egg, every single congratulations screen is different based on the difficulty you finish this on. Here, this just tells you, hey, you did a combat simulation. Good job. And then in higher difficulties, you actually do the thing you want to do. But yeah, shout out to everybody that stopped by and enjoyed a chill Saturday fly shooting game. Shout out to the Housemark communities, Resogun communities, all the friends, and just all the friendos I made along the way in all the games that I currently run. And then shout out to you, Frozen, for hosting.
Of course, and we have one more donation here for you. It's $25 from Gambit017 that says, "Good luck, Asuka, you got this." And you did have it. That was a great run.
Thank you, Gambit. Yeah, 2819, it's definitely a chill run. World record is a lot faster than that, but it's a great game to pick up and play. It's one of those very easy to play, very difficult to master games. It's on PS3, PS4, PS Vita. I play it on PS4. It's beautiful. The sound is fantastic. I highly recommend its voxely goodness. Just give it a shot. Just give it a try. So, yeah, that's it.